Hello everyone and welcome to the Manc Podcast, a true Manchester podcast brought to you by the people of Manchester, the people who love Manchester. Oh, it gets cheesier every time I say it.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Tim's on his phone already. Tim's in the corner. Tim. Tim, welcome.
Thank you.
Steph, welcome.
Thank you, hello.
Oh, I don't know why he's thanking me. You're all just here today. I'm Joe and we have got a very special guest, Tom Malone. How you doing, Tom?
I'm good, thanks, you.
Very good. We're already clapping.
Give him a little clap.
First things first, for the audio listeners, sorry about this, but love the jacket.
Thank you.
Wrapping a nice little jacket there. Tim, describe it for the audio listeners, please.
I would say a Carhartt.
You would say Carhartt. Why would you say that?
Michigan shore jacket.
Ooh.
That's what it's called.
He knows his stuff.
Very nice. Very durable.
It is very durable.
There we go.
Tom, have you been good?
Yeah, I've been well. Keeping
Been a busy time for you, haven't it, over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's been a bit mad.
We'll get into more about that as the podcast goes on. We have a really nice chat with Tom. We've also got our snack of the week. We've got a brand new feature as well. And we bring you Manc's top stories of the week. That is when we go on the Manc website. The Manc website. Let's get that straight from the bat here.
Yep.
And we take the biggest stories of the week and we chat about them. Now, who wants to go first? Steph,
Is it ladies first?
Ladies first, Steph. What have we got?
Okay, so mine's about the classic comedy club from Manchester on Great Anco Street, Frog and Bucket.
Frog and
Yes.
Bucket. You
So
been?
Once.
Once.
You ever been, Tom?
I've been.
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah?
I love it. I love the
Great
Frog and
place.
Bucket.
I think there
Unfortunately, it was
might
going to
actually
close
be
down.
a picture of my mum and dad on the wall there.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
There's either a picture on the wall or when they had like a however many years thing recently, they've shown a picture of my mum and dad on the screen.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That is
Commemorative
Nice.
thing. Nice.
mega. Well, I feel like there's going to be a bit of sad news coming now.
Oh no, well it was going to shut down because it wasn't, the government wasn't going to pay for it and stuff like that. But fans and comedians came together and raised loads of money for it, so it's going to stay open.
Is it staying open?
It's staying open,
Yes.
yeah.
Good job.
How well do you think we do at stand-up? I know, Steph, your Instagram is very funny. Could you ever take that to the stage?
I couldn't. A lot of people are like, do stand up, but I'm like, I don't think I could hold an audience. I'm too awkward.
You're not hot.
Hey guys.
You don't just be like
Good impression.
Yeah.
So they do a thing called Beat the Frog. Where I know this is on a Monday.
Yeah.
I've been there, and you basically get new acts, and you get 5 minutes. The audience can vote. If you're not good enough, they kind of vote you off.
Yeah.
Bit harsh, that, isn't it?
That's nerve-wracking.
Out of 5 minutes, how long do you think you could last?
Not long.
Go on.
Not long. I can't even last for 5 minutes. I'll probably be like, see you later, I can't do it. I give up.
Retire yourself. Tim, could you do a good job?
I reckon I could.
He's quite a
I'd
funny
give it a whirl.
Would you?
I reckon I could do it. I can chat enough breeze, shall we say. Give us a strong
we
cup
know
of
that,
coffee.
Tim.
I reckon I'd be up there for 10.
Okay, you're going to extend
I'm
the
going
time?
to, I just wouldn't leave.
First time in...
Yeah, exactly.
Tom, could you stand up there? Could you tell some
No,
jokes?
absolutely not. I'm the worst person in the world at telling stories.
Oh, yeah?
Literally, like they just kind of fizzle out.
Yeah.
That's me.
You
every
forget
time.
where you're going with it.
It could be the best story in the world. I'll make people fall asleep.
Good point.
It doesn't set us up nicely for this podcast, does it?
Yeah.
If stuff's like natural,
Yeah.
then it's fine. The minute I'm like trying to actively
Tell a story.
tell a story and like sell the ending, terrible. Yeah.
Well, maybe we won't ever go on the Frog and Bucket, but Tim might do. But at least it's saved, and the new comedians can do that. So
Yes.
I guess we're all done to the Frog and Bucket. Should we do a Frog and Bucket clap? Well done.
Well done to them.
Well done to them. I broke my finger. Anyway, carry on.
Have you?
That clap really hurts it. Go on, Tim.
You've broken your finger?
Yeah. Oh, something's up
have
with
you
it. I don't want to break. It's not Joe's story of the week yet. But,
It was eating those fried pickles earlier, wasn't it? It picked it up too quick.
That's a video coming out of the Manc soon. Anyway, I've really hurt my finger. Any doctors, just get in touch. Tim.
My story of the week is about, there's just been an announcement that there's going to be a Brewdog hotel in Manchester. Brewdog, the Scottish craft beer company. They're potentially going to open a hotel just off Market Street on Fountain Street. Sounds
that'll
pretty
go down
snazzy.
really
I reckon
well,
it'd be good. Every room has a beer fridge in the shower.
What?
In the shower?
In the shower, apparently. Well, for a shower beer.
Like this.
Oh,
All right, shower beer.
You're getting ready.
Loads of water in your beer.
No,
All right.
you clearly haven't refined your technique, if that's what you're saying.
That's when you're rushing for pre-drinks, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Little
That's
thumb
that's
over the
good
beer,
technique.
lather in with one hand. Lather in with one hand. Du-du-du-du. Yeah. And they've got a punk IPA on tap in every room.
Wow.
In
but
every room.
Apparently so.
God, that'd get that.
And I think that they have like a nice beer garden or like roof decking type vibe going on. So more on that to come, hopefully in the summer.
I wonder if it's a flat rate or like at the end of your stay you've got to pay a bill for the amount of alcohol you drive.
I think you might have to pay per pint.
That's lethal, that though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, say you want to take the party back to the room, next thing you know, you leave the tap on by accident.
Oh, no.
Barrels of beer
The room's
down.
flooded. Just punk IPA.
Love that. There was a rumour when that first opened that they were going to have a B day. Do you know, like when you go to Spain, B day?
Right.
Beer.
Yeah.
Beer.
Out the
Wash
B
your
day.
bum in.
I mean, the alcohol might wash your bum.
I made that up.
Lovely.
Right, hands up. Who's seen a beaver in their life?
Maybe at the zoo.
Yeah, that counts.
Seen a beaver?
Ever seen a beaver,
at the zoo?
Tom?
Never seen a beaver.
They're surprisingly large.
I've heard that.
You're
I've
not.
heard that.
They're not to be.
I didn't know if that was going in like what direction that was going.
I'm
not being
separate
crude.
this story from the hotel. This is my story. You can now pick the names of Cheshire's first beavers in over 400 years.
Damn.
It's mad that someone's counting. We've not seen a beaver around here for 400 years. Who's counting? But anyway.
That's generational as well. They must have like keep it tally and then their kids have to continue.
Granddad's telling the grandson, not been a beaver around here in years, son. Anyway, the National Beaver Trust.
Why are you laughing?
Anyway, no, not National Beaver Trust, sorry, I just made that up. Cheshire's wildtrust.org have spotted these beavers. The first beaver,
Where have they seen them?
they've seen him in a bit of water.
National Beaver Trust. Where have you got?
This guy's not having coffee before the podcast ever
Someone
again.
else take over. Has anyone read this
Where have
article?
they spotted the beavers,
They
so tell
spotted
us.
some water in Cheshire. Anyway, great fun for the beavers. They're kicking about again. There is a female beaver weighing 9 kilograms. She's been weighed. That's good.
Pretty big, that.
and on the left is a male beaver, a bit larger. He's got 15 kilograms. He needs to lose a bit of weight.
You're the only one that can see this.
Yeah, well, you could have read up on Manc's story.
Oh, sorry.
And you can name the pair of beavers. You've got to 5 p.m. on Wednesday, the 31st of March, 2021, to do just that. What would you call your
just
great
about to say-
questions?
Plenty of
Steph,
time. Sorry, just the deadline. You've got plenty of time to name the beaver.
I don't know what I'm
Yeah, well,
naming
the
the beaver.
question was going to be, what were you going to name your beaver?
Beaver.
Oh,
Justin Beaver.
That's a
Pretty
great
good,
one,
just
mate.
on the
beavers and
spot.
butthead.
That's very good.
Ooh.
Just got to go
One
to classic Beaver McBeaverface.
If you want to do Tim's suggestions or any other suggestions, take them as your own. Go and enter that website. Go and find them on manc.com. Now, that has been the wrap-up of the stories. It's time to move our attention to our special guest. It is Tom Malone. You recognise him from Gogglebox and now moving away and doing his own thing. So, guest Tom, how's things been since you announced that you are just sort of taking a step back from Gogglebox?
It's actually been crazy. I thought there'd be a lot more like trolls and stuff. I've had my fair share, but yeah, it's been overwhelmingly positive. To be honest,
good,
It's been
Amazing.
a lot of people. I think a lot of people used Gogglebox during lockdowns. I helped them.
100%.
Like kind of, it felt like a little bit of social interaction because
Yeah.
the show was on every week. They were in different people's living rooms.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, the reaction was really positive, which was nice for a change.
Yeah, 100%. Like during lockdown, Gogglebox was, and I think still is, the best show on TV to do that and to sort of keep everyone connected. And it felt like a nice little time stop because it felt like you were watching it with them. So it was top, Tom. So then, did you make the decision recently that you fancied moving away, doing your own stuff?
The decision was actually made before the end of last series.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, like there was still a conversation to be had, but it was pretty much made before the end of last series because by trade I'm a professional dancer.
Yeah.
But because obviously dance work and the arts and everything basically shut down during the last, the last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, coming to a year now,
Yeah.
isn't it, in March? Yeah.
So I wasn't doing anything outside of Gogglebox. So I started using my social media and doing a lot more work, like creating content and working with brands on my social media. And basically it was just something that I couldn't really do at the same time as the show because we're meant to be seen as normal people, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where it was a case of I had to decide which avenue I was going to go down. And I'd been doing Gogglebox for 6.5 years. It was just...
It's long.
Seems like ages, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's flown by.
it's like the whole of my 20s, I had like a year that I wasn't doing it, but the whole of my 20s I've been doing it. So I was like, it's time to sort of branch out and start pushing in other aspects of my life. And Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Class, yeah. I mean, it's mint reaction so far. Did your mum and dad know that was the kind of thing you were looking to do to sort of move on?
I kind of fell into it, to be honest. Like, I'd always just been like full steam ahead with my dancing and like little bits of, like when I was a kid, I did some acting and stuff here and there as well, but it was always very arts focused. And then I started doing the TikToks as a bit of a laugh during lockdown, and they just skyrocketed. Like at this time last year, I didn't even have TikTok, and now I've got like 700,000 followers. So,
Really?
like, yeah, it just went nuts. Like people just love videos of my dad being stupid. So yeah, like that went a bit crazy, and then I just really started enjoying creating content. I don't know if it was because I had nothing else to do, or just because it was another creative outlet that I could use whilst I wasn't doing as much dancing and other stuff. So it kind of just naturally happened. And then my parents, they weren't necessarily shocked by it, but it got to a point where they were kind of waiting to be asked to do another one, because then they started getting into it as well then. So it became sort of a family thing that we were doing for a while during lockdown.
Yeah. I've seen some of the dances.
Teaching my dad to dance.
I was going to say.
Have you seen the Men in Black one?
Yes.
I don't think so.
The Men in Black one was one of the first ones that like really went viral, because it was me, my mum and my dad.
Was it in the garden?
It's really good.
Maybe I did see that one.
Yeah.
And the dogs came in at the end when the alien does the singing. Teaching my dad how to do the dance. Like, it's the most simple dance, the one Will Smith does in the video.
Yeah.
And my dad is so useless.
I'm gonna go and watch that again now.
You check it. 'Cause they're still going to be on Gogglebox, aren't they? It's just that you won't be on the sofa with them because you're doing your own thing.
So if you noticed at the end of last series, it was interchanging between me and my brother.
Yeah.
And that's because he was with his girlfriend for the whole of lockdown, because she was pregnant. She's had his nephew now.
Oh, well,
so then now as things have started to ease and you're allowed to go back to work and stuff, like he's going back to film and stuff again. So it's going to be him, my mum and my dad, rather than me now.
And the dogs as well.
Yeah, of course.
Not forget the dogs. Dave. I guess since the Gogglebox has changed everything for you, hasn't it? When people bump into you in the street, do you just get asked a lot about Gogglebox, about the behind the scenes, about everything?
It's weird because a lot of people, I think because with Gogglebox, you're not necessarily known for doing anything out of the ordinary. Like people are used to connecting like people's faces that they know from elsewhere with something. But because it's just for being in your living room watching TV, doing something so mundane, a lot of the time people just look at you like really weird, and you can tell they're trying to work out where they know you from, but they're not sure. Or they'll ask you like, "Oh, what school did you go to?"
That guy in my house.
I've seen him somewhere.
They were like, "Where do I know you from? Like, what school did you go to?" And I always hate to be the person to be like, "Oh, well, you know, I'm on that TV show." So I'm always just like, "Oh, I don't know."
Not a clue. Not a clue.
The best is when people tell me that I look like the guy from Gogglebox.
Oh my
That's
God,
my
no
favourite.
way.
You're just like, no, give over.
I tell them I've not watched it.
Really?
A lot of the time people are like, "You look just like that." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen it."
I love that. So in that Gogglebox world, what kind of stuff will you miss? Apart from obviously sit with your family, I'm sure you'll do that as often as you can. Do you get to watch TV shows before anyone else? Like, do they have any ideas here? You're going to miss that, the previews.
I'm not even going to miss that, really, because a lot of the time it'll ruin it for the rest of the series, because sometimes you'll watch it before it comes out, but you'll be watching key bits of it.
Just a clip.
Not necessarily just clips, like you'll get the gist of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But obviously we can't sit watching hours and hours and hours of TV every week, and not every show we watch would get put on, so it'll just be like the relevant bits to that storyline sort of thing. So sometimes it just gets to the point that, like, we did Game of Thrones one time, and it was the first episode of, I think it was the second to last series, and we watched it before everyone else. And like, you know, you just want to sit and watch the whole episode. And like the rest of my family don't even watch Game of Thrones.
So they only showed you bits of that of the second of the series.
Because I think it was because normally we watch the majority of it, but I think Game of Thrones had only sent them a little bit through because they're super secretive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gutted. The rest of the filming session, I was just sat there thinking about what else could have happened in Game of Thrones.
What could happen? Does it? So with your TV having little bits and bobs like that, I'm guessing, do you watch TV outside of? Because if your work is watching TV, do you still enjoy watching it outside of work?
the benefit is I don't ever have to watch the news
Yeah.
because we watch so much of it on
True.
Gogglebox. But yeah, I watch certain shows and stuff that we don't necessarily watch on Gogglebox because it's meant to be like across generations.
Yeah.
So a lot of the sort of younger people's shows you might not necessarily watch. A lot of like films and stuff or Netflix shows. It's only the last couple of series that we've started doing Netflix shows on Gogglebox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I remember that.
there's like, or anything that we watch on Gogglebox. Sometimes I'll watch something that I'd not even considered watching before, and then I'll watch an episode of it on Gogglebox and go back and watch the whole thing again.
Yeah.
Like Line of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never watched any of Line of Duty, and then I think it was when they were trying to work out who H is.
Yeah. Who
That series, we was watching it on Gogglebox, and I was like, no, I need to go back.
Yeah.
There was
Watch it
loads
all.
of backstory that my mum knew about, and I was like, I need to know what this is.
I love that. One of my girlfriend's favourite parts of the show, maybe some yours as well, is when we cut to the Malones and we see the cakes on the table. It's a big one, isn't it? Now, let's break the fourth
Famous
wall here.
cakes.
Yeah, it is famous. Let's chat about the cakes. Do they always get eaten? One. Where are they from? Two. Take it away, Tom. We need to know about the cake.
They get eaten,
Yeah.
but it's a case of, like, growing up, we had it, like, hammered into us that you don't talk with your mouth full. So, like, literally, the show's about us reviewing shows and talking.
Yeah.
So they just don't show the bits when we're eating them.
Just jumping on an egg custard
yeah.
tart like.
And then as time went on, it started off like that, and then as time went on, it was just a case of we'd rather wait, finish filming that show,
Yeah.
and then once we were done with the cakes from that day, then just tear through them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then it just ended up.
You must have well-trained dogs for 4 big dogs, it's 4, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
To
yeah.
not be going and getting a cake.
No, the dogs are really good to me. The only one that's not is Bob. So
Oh,
whenever there's Dave,
Classic
and
Bob.
everyone always thinks that the one they see is Dave,
Yeah.
because Dave's the idiot that's like well known because he just acts up. But whenever you see one eating the cakes, it's always Bob. Bob's the biggest,
Bob.
he's the youngest and he's the biggest, but because he's the youngest, he's always got away with like a little bit more.
Really?
The same as like siblings.
Yeah.
So whenever you see, like he'll walk in and you'll see him, even if we're all sat there watching him, and he'll just look at the cakes and just like start leaning in. Bob's the one that we have to tell.
Bob getting
Are
the
these
Belgian buns.
siblings or the dogs? The dogs are also another
So-
one. Bits.
Bob, Izzy and Lucy
Yeah.
are all siblings. They're all from the same parents. Izzy and Lucy are actually from the same litter.
No way.
Yeah, when my dad went to pick them up, we was meant to be getting one, we was meant to be getting Izzy. 'Cause she was like a little fat little girl.
Yeah.
And it was only her and Lucy that were left, and they were like inseparable, just plating, and my dad, they were like pulling on his heartstrings. And he had
Really?
as much as people think that my dad's like this big, like grumpy, like yeah, like literally he's the softest person in the world. Like he just couldn't leave them both there. Like
Yeah.
had to take them
bless.
both.
So was your mum with him, or did he just turn? They're Rottweilers, aren't they?
Yeah.
So did he just turn back up home with? It should have had one Rottweiler, but was just like, I've
Well, it was actually
got an extra one for
It
you.
was the other way around. My mum went with him.
Yeah.
And it was my dad that turned around to my mum and was like, I can't leave
Yeah.
the other one just there. And my mum was like, well, that's an extra, like, big dog to
Yeah.
feed it. And my dad was
I have
like,
to get a lot of eclairs to feed.
I was like, I can't leave her though. So we ended up with both
Oh,
of them.
bless him.
Dave's the only one that's not related to the others.
Right.
'Cause Dave's actually, I think one of his parents is like a champion show dog. Yeah. I don't know how he turned out. So
The pressure.
yeah.
It's like his own Billy Elliot story.
Runaway.
What do I do, Dad?
Yeah.
Oh, that's class.
Terrible.
I had another cake question, and it was, what is the best cake that you have in front of you? Do you have a classic? And then maybe we can all pick if you could only have one cake in front of you. What would you go for? Tom, though, what is
Tom,
your...
you go first. I need a second
I
to
need a
think this
second,
one
yeah.
over.
That's a hard question.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it
but you
really
have
is.
so
It's
many
put
good
us on
ones
the
in front of you.
spot
I thought, is there a standout?
I like a French horn.
Oh.
I do like it, but I also like, you know, the long sort of custard donut things.
Like an iced finger, kind of.
Yeah, it's like
One that's like a hot dog bun almost with the cream in the
yeah,
middle.
and it's got the custard cream in the middle.
Yeah,
Those
that's
ones.
quite nice, that one. Tim, what do you go for?
I've got to go a Belgian shoe bun.
What? What's that?
That's how you pronounce it.
Of course he'd say that, wouldn't he?
It's
Charlotte Massive will be after you again.
I'm not, please, no more comments.
Let's not clip this one up.
Yeah, it's just like a filled donut essentially, but with a chocolate icing on the top.
Ooh,
I think it's a bun filled with cream with chocolate on the top.
Sounds premium, that.
Like
Yeah.
a big eclair, but not an eclair, kind of.
Yes, circular eclair.
I'm a massive fan of a Victoria sponge cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flipping out.
Well, it's simple but classic.
Simple but effective.
Hey, you got a choice, really.
Have you ever noticed any shapes?
Well, yeah, we were wondering about that because you.
So what? Explain that.
Well, go on, Tom.
So on the show one week, me and my dad were like setting up the cake. Normally my mum will set up all the cakes, but I can't remember what my mum was doing, so me and my dad were doing it, and we decided to try and set it up in like some certain shape.
Gentleman's agreement.
What sort of, that sort of shape.
Yeah,
A sausage shape.
yeah, and see if anyone would notice.
Yeah.
And not many people actually noticed. All that effort went for nothing. But
Channel
we had
4 didn't have anything
Now they'll
to say about
notice.
it.
no, we didn't tell them.
Yeah.
But we had like these two massive like cream cakes out of this end and then like a finger thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Oh.
display. Did your mum watch it back and collar you?
What have you done?
My mum, you know, she's oblivious to everything. She had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, it was the only person that noticed was one of the camera guys, and he was just sort of like, I think he realised it the next week, and when he came round, he was like, I see what you did.
See what you done there.
So these camera guys, I know we brought the fourth wall about the cakes, but these people are not in the room, but they're kind of part of your life, really. They come round most weeks, and so are they in a different room to your living room, or how does it work? That
They used to be in the kitchen. Like, they used to come and set up in the kitchen and control it with, like, a joystick thing.
Yeah.
And the sound guy and the producer and researcher, there's, like, 4 people. And then, due to COVID, what they do now is they come in, like, a big van onto the driveway.
Wow.
And the first week that they come, they put on all the masks and everything, and we all have to wait upstairs.
Yeah.
They come in, set up the cameras, leave it, go back outside, and then they basically leave the wires in, like, a bag.
Right.
So then every week at the start of filming, they drive up onto the driveway, we drop the bag of wires out of the window,
Really?
and they plug all the wires into their van.
So they just leave the cameras in yours
Yeah,
Wow.
over like
Class.
the series,
yeah.
rock up, plug it into the van. And
Yeah,
they've got
the
their
minute-
own little
Like a little
monitoring, editing
Like their own
van.
little deck.
Amazing.
Class.
That's so
Military operation.
Yeah.
It used to be that they would set up every time they came. Like, we never used to have to just leave the cameras in the house.
Yeah.
There's 15 weeks of being worried about knocking a camera.
Yeah.
There's a lot,
Or
especially
a dog chewing it or something.
yeah, especially because my nieces and nephews live with my mum and dad.
Yeah.
So like my sister and her kids, they live there as well, and they're all under 5. There's 3 of them. So like trying to get 3 kids under 5 to be careful of these cameras in the corner, and they're expensive cameras.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Have they just got one crew going around the whole of the UK then doing that, or have they got
No,
multiple?
there's a-
like-
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
a big.
I was
day.
gonna say.
Okay.
just
You
in their
struggle
van.
with that, Tim. I know you settled pretty
Big
quick
chance.
here today.
Yeah.
Even that was a struggle.
Even that was.
All right.
Before we get on to snack of the week, what kind of? So now you've sort of you've left Gogglebox. What things are you excited to do?
Well, there's always been opportunities that sort of weren't appropriate whilst we was on Gogglebox because we was contracted to Channel 4 and to the show, and because we were meant to be considered like regular people, which we are. But it'd just be nice to explore some of those opportunities now. So I'm looking forward to just trying out new things that I couldn't do whilst I was on the show, really.
Yeah.
Carry on creating content, carry on doing stupid stuff on the internet.
Like judging. I mean, you wouldn't be able to do this if you're on Gogglebox. You're going to now judge Tim's big special feature. Isn't that right,
The
Tim?
giant, the biggest competition in the UK, some might say.
Okay. Who?
It's Snack of the Week.
Snack of the week.
Snack
Oh
of
no,
the
we're not allowed
week.
to sing it. Oh,
No,
we're
we're
banned
not.
from
It's
singing
time
it.
for Snack
Snack
of the Week.
Look at that.
So this
let's
is...
Banned from singing it.
We had a jingle and it wasn't quite good.
It was
so
pretty
we got
bad.
told we had to stop singing.
It was
It's
embarrassing
not
at
bad.
best.
Okay.
It just involved,
copyright
it just
issues.
involved clapping. So yeah, this is the segment of the podcast where you, Tom, our guest, are going to judge who has got the best snack. Obviously, you can't sample them, so we're each going to take it in turns to get our snack out, big it up, and then you're going to decide who is the winner this week.
Yeah.
Who would you
alright.
like to go first?
We started with ladies first last time, didn't we? So
Yeah.
we'll start with you.
Okay, you sure?
Yes, Tim.
It's
Why are
pretty-
you?
It's pretty strong. That's all I've got to say.
No one's.
You're gonna
just get it out.
You're gonna boot off.
I know I'm going to be out because you
get it
can't
out.
stole
Tom.
it from me.
We've talked
Did we not
about
go shop together?
your love of cakes.
Oh, I left.
Yeah.
So I've hit you Right in the feelers.
Oh.
It's 2 Belgian chocolate.
Tim.
Look at that.
know
My
what?
mum's had those on the show before.
Oh, he's such a
Cream-filled
cheaty.
choux pastry drizzled with rich chocolate fondant.
Well done,
I
Tim.
knew I was going to do it.
Well done, Tim.
Thank you.
I agree with that one.
I don't need to say
They
anything
are
else.
quite fancy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
They
need
are
to say
very
any more than
fancy.
that. Who's going next, Tom?
Do you want me to go next?
Yeah, go on then.
I keep it in the sweet section. Why are you laughing? You got
What's he brought out of his
He
cupboard
does
this
bring
week?
that, yeah. I've got some weird stuff, you.
No. Okay, you. I always did thoughtful my stuff. How about a white duo Lion Bar? Look,
That's so random.
Bit of a throwback.
throw back in it.
Yeah.
If it was a peanut lion, I would have been like, yes, and I would have backed you
White
up.
chocolate Lion Bar. It's delicious. They're
White Lion Bar.
Nutritious.
Nutritious.
I can smell it from here.
Filled wafers with caramel. Ooh, delicious. Covered with white coating. Even better. That, my friend, is a winner. And guess what? You get 2 of them as well.
Oh,
Pay
true.
for the advertising.
Thank you, Lion.
No, yeah, bloody hell.
DM me.
Brand partnership.
I can be the
To
face of
them,
Lion.
delivered to Joe's
They do
house.
need a new advert. I've not seen an advert for Lion in a while.
Yeah, remember the lion advert? And it was like it was breaking like that
start
with
of
the
the movie.
caramel, and then it merged into the lion roaring.
Very creative.
No. Is that what you see at the start of James Bond films?
No.
They're the same.
That's the no. You're thinking of the MGM lion.
Right, okay, I thought it was
But anyway, it's a
It's the same
separate
lion.
discussion.
Right,
Oh, okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, well, we're
One's sponsored by Lion Bar.
My snack.
Steph is known for bringing good snacks.
I don't think I've won this week. It is inspired by the cakes that you bring in front of you, though.
Okay, I'm
It's not really a
intrigued.
cake, though.
What is
They
it?
are
Just inspired by.
jam tarts.
Oh, I love a jam tart. I was going to say
Nostalgic.
jam tarts.
That's
Tarts are
pretty.
These
Didn't
were the-
even know they
What
still
different
made those.
flavours?
Prawn cocktail quavers or
They're
something.
mine for after.
Oh, whatever. I could have
Should
won.
have got those out.
I could have won you.
Listen, you got strawberry, apricot, and blackcurrant flavours.
What one would you go
The apricot
for?
can do one, can't
What's
it?
the best one out of those 3, Tom?
Strawberry, blackcurrant, or
Blackcurrant.
apricot?
Yeah, blackcurrant.
Yeah.
Apricot's done, innit?
Yeah,
Let's be
apricot's
honest.
just wing
Apricot's
that,
done.
frisbee that into the river.
Keep them on, keep them on.
Yeah, sorry,
Right.
I
yeah.
actually
Oh.
feel like strawberry snacks are really overrated.
Oh.
What? Yeah, what's a good strawberry snack?
Bomba.
I think
Strawberry
anything that's strawberry flavoured is just overrated. Like raspberry is
I know what
so
you
much better.
Yeah.
Strawberry
Of course.
daiquiris, though.
Ooh. Oh, daiquiri.
Love a daiquiri.
Oh,
Nah.
sugar and a daiquiri. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tom, who do you think? Who's the winner of this week's snack of the week?
I'm not sure it's between these two. Could you see jam tarts?
Sorry, I was just having a drink then. Who did he point at?
Definitely not you, mate. So,
Hold on! I've got a Giro Lion Bar, white edition.
White edition.
trying to cheat by bringing 2 bars.
It's not even the premium Lion Bar.
Ooh, you didn't
Really
go for the
upsetting
premium
there.
stuff.
The listeners
picked
at
a
home.
second-rate
The
Lion
listeners
Bar.
at home, I'm pulling a stunned face.
It's not even the best
gone
snack
for
Lion
original.
Bar range.
I'm stunned. Right, carry on.
It's all right, Joe. Oh, he's gone
You just
quiet.
stay there. You go quiet.
Just leave him out of it for a minute. You're going to have to pick. You can flip a coin if you want, but...
No, it's,
No, he's going to make an educated guess.
All right, sorry,
That's a
Tom.
look.
As a quick, like, if you was just going for a simple just one, I'd go for those. But then jam tarts, you can sit and just continue eating.
Exactly.
Oh.
You can't go on quantity, though.
Yes,
you
you
got to go
can.
on quality. I'll tell you what, there's 2 there, and there's 2 of us.
What the?
You know what? I think
Makes no sense.
I think-
Well, there's 3 of these.
based
Bonus.
on consistency, because you see the apricot's very low,
Okay.
but the blackcurrant's very high in terms of quality.
I mean, the packaging as well. Co-op's matching your jacket as well.
What if I take my jacket off? I'm going to go
Don't
with
start
the
stripping.
Oh, what?
Oh, okay, well done.
Oh,
Deserved that as well.
Can I have one
I've been
after?
thinking about that for weeks. Can you have one?
After, yeah.
If Tom doesn't want one, then yeah, I suppose so.
no, because
I'll
you
put it
not
back
share it.
What?
Are you definitely having one? Is that what you're saying?
Well, don't have to.
don't
I've
want-
eaten.
I mean, you'll all come running for this.
No one wants
Surely.
that.
I've got a duo.
That's just
I can feed 2 of yous.
pointlessly coated in white chocolate.
Oh, whatever. Steph, I think it's time we move on to your
Yeah?
new wonderful feature.
So we've got a new Instagram-based feature where we look
Okay.
at our guests' top 3 Instagram posts. And we have a little chat about it. So we've got 3 of your top posts here. The first one was of, I think they're coming up on the screen.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oof.
So what is it for the audio listeners? Steph?
This is a video of Tom giving us a little dance.
It's some
in the middle of a
expert
crowd.
breakdancing by the looks of things.
Yeah,
class.
expert.
Cheeky little bop in it.
Yeah, cheeky little bop.
Where's this then?
Whoa.
Oi, whoa.
He's spinning. That was
Spinning.
good.
We are watching a video of Tom absolutely destroying it. Where's this then, Tom?
That's in Prague.
Wow.
Is that in Prague? Yeah, that one's in Prague.
What?
Yeah.
So is it? So it's a breakdancing competition that you entered in?
Yeah, so that's the legit blast. On the left there is my crew, Soul Mavericks, and on the right is Smack 19, which even though we're in Prague, happened to be another UK crew that we got put against in the top 16.
Right.
But yeah, this is one of the. It's an event that's part of the World B-Boy Series, which is an event for the best like B-boys in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we was in the crew part of the competition.
Amazing.
Class.
When is this in the competition?
That's the top 16. So we'd all the crews that go, they all do a massive prelim, and then they pick a top 16, and you battle it out until you get a winner.
So you
amazing.
like Channing Tatum in Step Up?
Something like that, yeah.
Way back.
I think
But without the vest.
Without the vest. That's class. And is this kind of stuff you'll do more of now you've left Gogglebox? So you want to do more stuff like this?
There was always weeks on Gogglebox that I was missing, and a lot of the time it was because I was at events like this. Like my crew are known as like one of the top crews, well, as the top crew in the UK for a long time. Like Smack 19 are one of the top crews now as well. But yeah, we get flown out a lot of the time to different places to compete as like the UK representatives and stuff. So
That's amazing.
that's so
I knew
cool.
you were a dancer, obviously a professional dancer, but I didn't know that you were so skilled as a break dancer.
thank you.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fucking
amazing.
It's amazing that. Steph, what else
Yeah.
we got?
Should we go on to the next one?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, what have we got here then?
I was better dressed then, wasn't I?
This is
haircut.
Tom as a
Classic.
child on a donkey. Is it a donkey? I'll assume it's a donkey.
I hope it's not a
think so.
dog. It's a big dog if it's...
Big dog. With your mum as well.
Yeah, that's actually my dad in the background with hair as well, with the
No
camera.
camera.
way. If we
His
can
dad's
see
in the
that
background with
picture,
a
that's
camera.
class.
Amazing.
With hair.
Where's that?
Uh,
Not sure.
no, I think it's probably in Wales somewhere.
Yeah. It looks like a holiday sort of
Yeah,
park,
it's
doesn't
probably
it?
like a
It does look
Haven-
like Wales somewhere, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like
a
if I was
Haven
to
or a
guess.
Butlins or something. Probably.
Yeah.
I still actually have those shoes as well.
Oh, no way.
Do you want to describe it for the audio listeners? Give us a
The
quick
shoes?
audio. No, just the overall photo. Give us a quick audio
Overall
description.
photo, this is Tom as a young boy with his mum, sat
Yeah.
on top of a donkey. His dad's in the back with a camera with hair.
With hair.
And they're in like a holiday caravan park. It looks like you're having a great time.
And he's
I'm
looking very
grateful.
fashionable.
I'm very grateful you didn't even bring up my haircut.
Yeah, he's got
Oh, you know what?
got a
I wouldn't have
mushroom
noticed that
haircut.
until now.
he's got a mushroom haircut, a very nice plaid shirt, some blue jeans and some
Blue
kickers.
jeans.
Love it. Absolutely love
Yeah.
it. It's looking
Love that.
Bulk
class.
up for the win.
Yeah, it is. Bulk up for the win.
Were
What's
you even
next
alive
one,
in the
Steph?
90s if you didn't have
Let's go to the next one, third top post. This one's you and your girlfriend in the Black Lives Matter rally on Market Street, I think that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Very powerful picture. Tell us about this one then. It's a great picture.
That was actually the first time we met in person.
Really?
Yeah. Well, no, the second time, sorry. But the first time we met was at a different Black Lives Matter protest because we started speaking just before the first lockdown.
Oh,
Like we'd spoken like previously, like a few years ago or whatnot, but we'd never actually started like speaking.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we started talking. Then obviously the lockdowns happened. And then she came to Manchester for the Black Lives Matter protest before this one.
Yeah.
And we just kind of thought we'd meet up after all the lockdowns and stuff, which
Yeah.
thinking back would have been a long time.
Very long time, yeah.
But yeah, so we ended up meeting then. And then obviously in the summer we met, like, we could meet up and stuff. And
Yeah.
then now we live together, so.
class. So now she lives it up
Nice.
in Manchester, does she?
Yeah, I wasn't going to Leeds.
So that's crazy. So this is one of the first moments, and then you instantly like sort of clicked and went on what a momentous day this was in Manchester as well. That's a crazy way to. I mean, it's a great story to tell the grandkids. They say
Yeah.
that's kind of one of the first dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's historical.
Yeah,
Very
it is
historical,
historical.
yeah.
Because it did. I mean, I know it's been something that you've been quite vocal about. It was one of the stories that we wanted to sort of mention. because there was an article doing the rounds that there was some trolls, and we mentioned trolls earlier.
Yeah.
Trolls can be nasty. Trolls can say things that they'd never say to your face in the street because they've got that ability to be keyboard warriors. We know. I mean, there's certain levels of people that can touch us, but then there's people that take it a step too far. And you've had your say in that, haven't you, Tom? You've tried to like eradicate the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people that have got something to say, and I don't really. When people say stuff about me, I can just brush it off. I know who I am. I don't really care. When it starts to get to me is when it's the people I care about, like if it's about my family or my girlfriend. But yeah, a lot of the time, our favourite way of dealing with it is just to make them look stupid.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of videos where if someone says like a racist comment or something, we'll just on TikTok, you can do like video replies to comments.
Yeah.
So I'll just do a video response, just taking the mick out of them and completely just rinsing everything they've just said and making them look stupid.
Yeah.
And most of the time I do those videos and some of them have got like over 1 million views and stuff. And
Wow.
it was actually funny. One person was like, oh, a white guy gets with a black girl and suddenly thinks he can dance, you can't dance, da, da, da. So I just did a whole reply being like, that's a bit awkward.
God.
I'm a professional dancer.
Exactly, yeah.
Those people think that they can just type that and it's kind of anonymous to some extent, even though their face might be there or their profile. But then once you put it up as a reply, a lot of people see it and they think, oh, did I really mean that? Or
I didn't talk about them at all in the whole video. I just talked about how it was awkward because I'm actually a professional dancer. I listed the different like artists and stuff I've danced for and everything. And then I was like, but I'll just stop because, you know, I just found out I can't.
Yeah.
And literally, after them trying to troll me, they then tried to report my video and get it taken down for saying that I was trying to target them. And I was like, I literally only talk about myself in the video. Yeah. And it got put straight back up and they just carried on.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, for us, that's one of the tame ones as well. Like some of the stuff people say is horrific. Like, luckily enough, we're quite strong-minded enough to be able to deal with it. But even the strongest people, like, sometimes it can get too much and it needs to be dealt with really. If people had to sign up with their IDs and stuff to go on social media, you wouldn't have that problem. There'd be someone to take it up with.
Exactly.
But we just try and not pay it any mind and just focus about ourselves because that's all we can control.
Yeah, it's class.
Yeah.
So moving forwards, people keep up to date with what you're doing. The TikTok's obviously big, and you're obviously on Instagram. Is it all the same name that people can go find you?
Yeah. So in fact, I always forget what my TikTok handle is. Everything else is at Tom Malone Jr.
I think it's the same on TikTok.
I think on TikTok it's got an underscore either before Junior or after.
I'll check for you now, one sec.
We'll get it on there. And maybe by the end of the day, Tim, you could do one of the dances.
Oh my God, we have to do a dance.
On TikTok at Tom Malone _Jr.
Yep.
Nice.
So on everything else, it's just Tom Malone Jr. JR Jr. Not JNR, but yeah. It's Tom Malone Jr. on everything and Tom Malone _Jr. on TikTok.
Lovely.
And
Thanks for that.
And the next steps, have you got anything exciting coming up, or are you just taking it a bit slow and just seeing what happens?
Yeah, I've got some stuff coming up, but
Can't talk.
Oh. I like that. I don't want to jinx it.
Kink revealed.
There's a few things that are potentially coming up.
Yeah.
But,
A Claire endorsement.
I wish. Anyone's got any cake endorsements that you want me to get behind?
I'd say who would come knocking if Lion would have come knocking, but you know, shut him down. So we're going to wrap it up.
Fuming about that.
I am fuming. I'm hiding it well, I think.
Stop talking about that.
Does anyone else have any burning questions for someone about Gogglebox before we rock up? I know this is your time now.
I do actually. I know that on Gogglebox you get a takeaway, don't you?
Yeah.
I want to know, you must have sampled some. I know you said your dad likes plainish stuff, but you must have sampled some takeaways now. So what would be your go-to takeaway in Manchester?
Oh, great question, Tim.
There's a Caribbean place called The Drop.
Yeah, that's right by my house.
The Drop.
Here he is,
and
Loves it, Cholin.
Jason's putting his hands in the air. The Hench Drop Box. Shout out The Drop.
The Drop is banging.
Is it lovely?
Very good Caribbean food.
For burgers, either Archie's or Burgerism.
I like
Burgerism.
Have you had Burgerism?
No one's taking me to Burgerism yet.
Really?
Take me, we've heard.
Well,
Burgerism.
there's one for takeaway champions.
Yeah, but Archie's is also a good shout as well.
The good thing with Burgerism is when it comes, they put little Vimto sweets in the bottom.
Oh, well,
Just a little complimentary
Manchester
Vimto sweet goes a long way.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I used to get that for the local Indian. They used to drop eclairs in chocolate eclairs, not like the big ones, but you know the little chocolate eclairs.
Yeah.
The nice little touch.
We get like little mints and stuff.
Did anyone ever? I mean,
Little
did anyone
treat.
ever leave Fifth Avenue and they give you a Vimto lolly? Or was I?
Never went there.
No, I don't think I did.
Don't tag me in that either. They did give you a little Vimto lolly on the way out.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyway, any more burning questions?
No, my question's about the cakes, but they've all been answered.
Yeah.
Tom, thank you very much for coming on. And if you ever
Thanks
want to
for
plug
having me.
anything, come back on and we'll talk more. And
Will do.
we'll plug what's coming up. But Tim, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Steph, thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna go eat this lime bar by myself in peace. None of you are having any of it.
Crying his eyes out.
But Tom, thank you for being our special guest. Tom Malone, everyone.
Cheers, Tom.
This has been the Manc Podcast. Thank you very much for watching or listening. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the YouTube subscribe as well to be part. What are you laughing at?
Waved.
She's about to say hello again.
I thought you were laughing at me.
Sorry, come.
I thought I might have said something about not the Manc, but the other thing. Subscribe and make sure you're here every single week as we bring you new podcasts. Everybody wave vocally and say bye.
Hello. Bye.
Bye.
What am I waving at?
Anyone?
Both of these, just go between them.
Like this.